Hey guys, what's going on? So I got another Megadeth review. So I just did Peace Cells, and now I'm going to do So Far, So Good, So What. This is my favorite album from Megadeth. It's just fucking great. In my opinion, it's their best, though a lot of people say Peace Cells or Rust in Peace, but this album to me is just perfect. I like the diversity on here compared to the other albums. It's not as repetitive. And yeah, this is just my favorite one. But anyways, not my favorite album cover, definitely, though. This album cover is kind of, it's not bad, it's just really weird. They have like some sort of model of Vic Rattlehead, and I don't know what they're trying to do. I like how the logo's nice and big. And then it just says So Far, So Good, So What on the side. There's the back with just another picture of that of Vic again. And then there's the track listing. So you got 8 songs on the album, and then there are 4 bonus tracks that are all, it says Paul Lanny mix, so I assume that's the original producer. I should have looked that up before I did this, but whatever. There's a disc, like with all the Megadeth remasters, it's like that same, layout. It's just like logo, album title, and then Vic Rattlehead, and then like the disc cover is like supposed to match with the artwork, I guess. I don't know. So it opens up with a very popular song that off of this album, Into the Lungs of Hell. It's an instrumental, and it's really good with a lot of like shredding and shit on the guitar. Very cool intro. It sounds really badass, and yeah, really cool way to open up the album. One of the things I like about Megadeth is that they never really, like, a lot of thrash bands always open up their albums with like 30 seconds of just like noise or whatever. Or just like some sort of intro, like with Slayer's Hell Awaits, or this is more death metal and thrash metal where they open it up with all that. But I don't know, a lot of bands, or like with Exodus, Bond of My Blood, that's a thrash album that opens up with like just like noise, I guess, like, you know what I mean. But no, they opened this up with an instrumental. I think that's very cool. So yeah. And then there's Set the World on Fire. Very underrated song. Very cool song. It's really just a simple thrashy song. Just really badass sounding, kind of apocalyptic sounding. And Into the Lungs of Hell is also apocalyptic sounding. And I love the way that song opens. You hear like an old radio playing some old song. And then you hear like sound of like a bomb dropping, like that kind of noise. I sounded so retarded doing an impersonation of that. And then you hear like an explosion when the band starts playing really fast, and it's just really badass. So yeah, great song. And then there's a cover of Anarchy in the UK from the Sex Pistols, which I don't know why they could have just called it Anarchy in the USA, because he changed the lyrics for the song. I prefer it over the original, actually. I've never been a massive fan of the Sex Pistols, but I respect them for what they did. But I prefer this version, honestly. It's really cool. I don't know, really good song. It's like really thrashy sounding. Megadeth did a lot of covers on their early albums. Like they had for their first 3 albums, they had like at least 1 cover on each album. But yeah, really good song. Mary Jane is one of the best songs on here. I like the diversity on sound. Like in the first 4 songs on here are all very different. Into the Lungs of Hell is an instrumental. Set the World on Fire is like a really fast thrashy song. Entropy in the UK is like a thrashed up punk song basically. And then Mary Jane, it opens up more slow. Kind of like with Good Morning, Black Friday from Peace Cells, Who's Buying. It opens up really slow like that. And it's just really cool how it opens up. And then it goes in it gets really fast, I guess, towards the end. And it's like really cool. And there's just some badass riffs, and his vocals on that song sound really evil. And his best vocal performance is on this album, in my opinion. So yeah, he sounds very pissed off on a lot of this album, and this is a very dark album too. But Mary Jane is a really cool song, an interesting song title, I guess. 502 is probably like my least favorite song on here. It's not bad, it's a stupid lyrical concept. He's just singing about driving and wanting to be able to drive fast, but the cops won't let him or something. I don't know, something to do with driving and getting in trouble for it, for something bad that you're doing while driving. It's stupid. It's just a really cheesy and overused lyrical concept in pretty much rock music, not so much metal. But it's an okay song. It has some good riffs. And then there's In My Darkest Hour, definitely the most popular song on this release. That's a kick-ass song. It's very, very dark. And it's basically he's singing about, all the pain in his life, I guess. I don't know. I have a theory. I heard that he wrote that after he heard that Cliff Burton died. But I get the feeling that it's about either a girl or when Metallica kicked him out of the band. You know what I mean if you listen to the song. It's a very popular Megadeth song. And it's just one of my favorite Megadeth songs. It's really fucking good. This album is underrated, but another really underrated song on here is Liar. Really good song. He sounds very pissed off in that song. I really like his vocals on that song. And they pretty much rewrote that song with the song, fuck, what wasn't it? It was on, The System Has Failed. Shit. Man, it escapes me. Back in the day, there's one part of that song that sounds exactly like the chorus to Liar, but yeah. And another kind of popular song here is Hook and Mouth, the last song. It's really good. I don't know, it's one of those songs that you have to listen to it when you first put on the CD, because it's like you're kind of burnt out by the end. So it's like, but it's a really good song, though. Really good, like, I don't know, kind of rhythm to that song. And then you have the original mixes for Into the Lungs of Hell, Set the World Afire, Mary Jane, and In My Darkest Hour, which are all really cool. But the remix on this album isn't terrible, but this is my favorite Megadeth album. It's really underrated, and it's just fucking great. I mean, pretty much every song here is fantastic, and I like the diversity on here. I mean, like, for example, like, Peace Sells, there's not a lot of diversity on here, because it's mostly, like, thrashy songs, but on here, you know, you got, like, an instrumental, a punk cover, a slower song, a fast song, a dark, quiet, more emotional song, a really pissed off song. You know, just a really solid album. I'd give this probably a 9 out of 10. Amazing album, one of my favorite albums in thrash metal. Yeah, fucking great. My favorite Megadeth album. So Far So Good So What. Check it out if you haven't. And if you're into metal, I'm sure you're familiar with Megadeth, obviously, because they're one of the most mainstream bands. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.